this time it hopefully is not gonna fuck up, because this is like the third recording now, and it's pissing me off. But also, I want to do this so I can move on. Anyways, for context, I've recorded this like 3 times now, and every time the mic is fucked up in some horrible manner that ruins the entire thing. So hopefully this time it's at least decent. Thank you, by the way, for all the, love that you guys have been giving. And yeah, it's just always like a good feeling to get something out, Is there anything else you wanted to add to the mod, but were unable to because of time crunches? How big is Hypno's? Fuck! Shit! How big is Hypno's cock? We wanted to do like an add other stuff to it, obviously. Like Buried Alive came to mind a lot. Or like little tiny, crutches and little references. But we couldn't really do that because, literally like 5 minutes before the premiere happened, we finished the mod and uploaded it. There was no time to record anything or to add anything else, So yeah, that just happened. Also, stop asking with the fucking genital shit. Why do you need to know it? Why? What good does it to you? Just look at Rule 34, dude. Are you still going to continue the Bill Cipher mod? I really like the idea. It's not your fault, and it's not nobody's fault that asks that question. I get it a lot, is all I'm saying. And I revealed Bill Cipher too early. At this point, I don't really even have the motivation to really work on something specific. Every time I take the pen and work on Convict, for example, I hate every single fucking line of art that I make, and I want to force myself to work on it. But as an artist, when you hate every single line art that you make, you're not gonna get anywhere. And I don't know why that is, and I just can't fix it. I wish I could just tell myself, hey, just do it. I can't. I hate it every single time, and I don't know why. I don't know what I gotta do, And the same is before Bill Cipher, really, because Convict is first before Bill Cipher, if I even do it, I don't even know anymore. It just, the past, since like February, it's been nothing but FNF for me. Nothing but FNF every day, FNF content here, FNF content there, nothing but that. And obviously, at some point, it gets a little bit damaging. Especially when you don't have a fucking life, no job, no real life friends, no family, right? And it's just FNF every day. Day in, day out, morning, get up, go to bed every single day, fucking day. It's just, it gets to you, is all I'm saying. I hope Bill Cipher will still be done someday. Again, there's a lot of assets already finished, If we have we do have a new program on it, and if they can make the shit happen that I planned for Bill, then maybe something actually might come out soon. But we don't know. How do you keep yourself from feeling burnt out? I'm not. What was the most difficult thing to do with the mod? The most difficult thing for me in this mod was directing. Because art for me isn't necessarily difficult unless I do something that I have never done before. And with Hypno and Gold, or there wasn't anything new or too out of the ordinary for me, so it wasn't difficult, it was just time consuming. For me, directing was difficult because I'm not a person that likes to be in charge usually. I don't like to go around and say, hey, you're gonna do this, you do that, giving orders. I don't like doing that. But when you direct things, you have to, right? You have to make sure people actually work on it, because a lot of mods die because there's no one that has the balls to kind of point the finger and say, do it now, do that. Come on, we're all gonna hop in a call, we're gonna work on it together. Someone needs to lead, And oftentimes it can come off as being a dick if you do it the wrong way. And I try to balance, being a dick and just wanting the mod to continue at work. But again, it's hard to balance. I just don't want to be a dick, That for me was difficult. Why is Hypno decapitated on the second song? Some folks have thought that was maybe because Hypno dies, because there's some rumor that Hypno dies if he can't hypnotize someone. I don't know if that's true, if Hypnos die, if they fail to hypnotize. But in this case, it was just something I came up with just to kind of, push it a bit more over the edge, because there was a Hypno song, it's creepy and all, but what can I else add that just makes it a little bit worse, right? For the eyes to see. So I was like, what if he's a psychic type, and he's like, oh shit, I can't get through her, she's too stupid. Let me just take all my fucking power that I have in my body and convert that to my psychic abilities and then really push through, right? That's what basically happens to Hypno. That's why his body just gives out. Because he takes all the body's shit and puts it into his mind. Psychic type shit, What is your favorite mod that you have worked on? probably still Tricky. As much as I always say that the art is outdated because I'm better at it now, Tricky was always just more of a passion project because I just really loved Tricky, right? As back then, I still like Tricky, but you know, by now I'm a bit, you know, pooped with FNF, and I wish I could just move on to my original project, but you know, I know I can't just fucking leave. But anyways, it was Tricky because, you know, I had the most drive for it. It was just the most fun. It was the most new for me as well. I forgot my question. I haven't been keeping up with this fandom. Is the front-facing enemy a recent trend, or is it just a coincidence that both Your Lost Silver and Epiphany Monica had similar concepts? Well, for Epiphany Monica, it's more of a thing that she does in game, right? I followed DDLC when it came out. Pretty sure Monica does that in game as well, so I'm pretty sure they just wanted to reference that. With Lost Silver's Gold, I just thought it wouldn't be more unsettling, because whenever you see like Lost Silver's fan art anywhere, I've always been that way. It's been like very close to the camera, they're very like, you know, up to his face. I was like, what if I take that and make, you know, use it as being like a creepiness factor where there's like nothing there, it's kind of silent, he doesn't really move, and he just looks at you, and then he just breaks up in these fucking gaping mouth poses. I just think it was cool, you know. I wasn't trying to copy anybody, I just thought it was a cool idea to have him, you know, be creepy because he's looking at you. Looking at you. After your work with FNF is all said and done, are you considering making voice acting a full-time thing? If you acquire sufficient funds. But first of all, I will never ever acquire sufficient funds in general, but voice acting to me was actually always more fun than drawing, right? Because if I draw, I get sick of it after like 1 to 4 hours, like somewhere between. That's why my shit's always so slow, right? Because I just get sick of it so easily. It's not really too much of a passion, it's just something I like doing here and there. But voice acting, theoretically, hypothetically, I could do all the time, you know? And I wish I could do it. But I just don't think I have that certain type of voice that you'd want for a voice acting career. Like something that sounds good to the ears, sounds like good to like any character, is recognizable. I just don't really have that. And I love voice acting. I don't know if I didn't have the fucking voice to like do anything professional. If anybody ever would want me in a project like animation or whatever that is actually decent, I would immediately say yes, but depending on the role actually, you know, but still, you know. You have any games on your phone? You know, I wanted to make a fucking joke where I just pull up the phone and start up Clash of Clans, but I couldn't be asked just to get up. I'm lazy, fuck you. What happened to BFAV Dies to Lost Silver? Well, Dies to Lost Silver, you mean Gold. Well, yeah, nothing. Gold, in this case, isn't a villain. Gold isn't evil. He is basically not even really there anymore. The Gold that you see in FNF, the way I made him, is the Gold that is like the aftermath of everything that happened in Lost Silver's creepypasta. Dead, as he says. And he's just more so of a husk than anything. There's no real emotion there anymore, nothing. It's just like an empty husk that is more or less controlled by unknown, right? That he's not evil, he doesn't want you to be harmed. That's why if you lose, he just goes back in the shadows. He doesn't really have an emotion to it, he just goes away again. Until you know, it comes back. How big are Gold's genitals? Who this? I'd say it's half a celebi, bro. It's a Pokemon. Very rare. Does Hypno have a... This is kind of a fucking joke now, isn't it? This channel's a joke every time I put up anything. What happened to the animation of Hypno dragging GF to the forest? Did it end up being unused content? I'd say it's scrapped, yeah, but because when Typing made that, it was in a video format, and our program, as I've said, it would have been really annoying to load like a video every single time you die. So it just wasn't very well optimized for it. So I asked him to make a new one that fits, you know, the whole thing with like a retry. And yeah, it's there, it exists, but we haven't really used it much, you know, beyond, fuck it, I forgot. What made you want to do the Lullaby mod? Do you just love Pokemon creepypastas? Hypno to me has always been a very underrated Pokemon, but I get it, you know, there's like, it's not popular, it's not like, oh, it's not like cool, you know, or like zany. It's just, it's there, it has like its little bit creepy vibes, but there's like so many Pokemon that just don't really get any recognition. Hypno is just one of them, and because I was like, I really wanted to make Halloween mod, I picked Hypno because, you know, Hypno's Lullaby, and I thought it was a, you know, it was a good little story. Or like good little, you know, a good little song, right? So I went with it. And I used to love Pokemon in general, but, you know, the series kind of became stinky. And I don't like it anymore as much, fortunately. When's the tutorial video going to be up? Oh yeah, I talked about a tutorial. I was trying to record it a few days ago. And then I realized midway through how absolutely convoluted and stupid the way is that I use Adobe Animate, right? And I thought, I can't share information or like advice on a program that I don't even know that well, right? I can't share information that probably could be done much easier. Because I've talked to people before that, you know the program inside and out, and they've asked me for several times, why the fuck are you doing it this way, right? So I just don't want to share like wrong information. But I'm gonna put like a shitty little picture up. Go into that video, Rubber Ninja's video. He made a very good tutorial for beginners, and that's how I started out too. So go watch that. Go away, pussy. What's with GF's poses? It looks cool, but just don't get why she would do it. The thing that me and Typig wanted to go for with GF basically is we wanted to keep her goofy, because GF is stupid. She's insanely stinky stupid, you know? Poopy pants stupid is what GF is. And we wanted to keep it that way. None of that, I'm scared, you know, shit. It's just stupid, no thought, head empty, right? But at the same time, she had to like fight off Hypno somehow, right? Because it doesn't matter if you're stupid. Hypno is a psychic type. He's trying to go into your head, and she's like kind of fighting that off a bit. So it was like a little bit of both being stupid and having to deal with Hypno's psychic bullshit. That's basically why she moves the way she does. Monkey girlfriend is just funny to me. I might be late, but was it fun to make the mod and work with the team? I think it's easy to say that the mod wouldn't be out if it wasn't fun for me and the team. But I get the question. Hi, I just wanted to say good job on Hypno. However, I do have a question. What happened to girlfriend at the end of phase 2? And what specifically happened to boyfriend in the first place? I was like a little bit thinking about if I should even say what happened, because, you know, people like mysterious shit or like things that aren't explained. But for people that actually want to know, girlfriend is being taken, right? Hypno is too much for her at the end. Like, he just says fuck it and spams his like psychic shit on her, and he just overwhelms her. She isn't dead, but he's taken, is what I'm going to say. I'm not going to say where, no, I'm not going to say specifically what. She just has basically the same thing that happened to BF at this point. And BF, the same thing. He was taken by Hypno. Him saying, oh, I saw him in there, it wasn't a lie. But I mean, he dragged him in there, so to speak. We might do a continuation on Hypno, so I don't want to really spoil of what exactly happens. We want to, like, you know, touch upon that exactly. If we do like a continuation, which most likely will happen. So I'm not going to say exactly what happens. But I'm intrigued by your interest. What keeps you going to make these mods? Don't say you're fans. I don't fucking know anymore, man. I don't even, as I've spoken earlier about this, I don't even know if I want to keep going much longer, right? Because life right now is pretty depressing. I haven't had a job for a while. I don't know anyone in real life. I don't talk to my family. Every day is the same fucking cycle of getting up, going PC, maybe working on something if I feel like it, write applications to look if you maybe find a job, which you probably will never, talk to some people, go to bed, and then the cycle just continues. It's just over and over. It's just, it gets to you, man. Like, people would probably say, oh, it must be so nice not having to work, right? Being at home all day. It just really isn't. There's like no purpose in anything, and you can't even fucking do anything. You have the amount of money that I have from the government is the absolute minimum. I can't do anything. I have barely enough to survive a month of food, you know? It sucks, you know? It's not fun. It's not fun. Question. Thank you everyone for playing the mod. It's been really fun to make, at least. With the team, everyone's put a lot of heart and effort into it. By the time the video is out, the patch is already made, meaning it's easier now. Because some people had trouble with it. Now it should be more beatable at this point. So I don't know what kind of videos I'm going to make in the future, if I'm even going to make any. because I can't afford any fucking games because I have no money for it. And I don't even know what I have no fucking clue what to do, man. Don't even know what to stream. You know, I just fuck, I don't know. Anyways, until next time, thank you everyone very fucking much, and yeah, see you around.